Hi, this is the foreboding region of Pochven. I'm Klingon and I'm the bad guy. I loot, I extort, and I've started killing for sport. Well, if you've seen my previous video, you'll notice that I try and hunt down explorer ships which are looting and salvaging. There's a lot of money in Pochven. Our guy here didn't check the scan, didn't check anything. He just warped to his previous bookmark or just directly to where he was last time. Directly into my hands. Now I cannot pass an opportunity like this for a kill mark. To be fair, I was looking for another ship, but oh well, this would do. It's one of my first times actually rocking out the Rupture here. I wanted to see how effective it is against smaller targets. So I notice an epithet on this scan and the search begins. I expect epithets to be somewhere around customs offices. So as soon as I find out which planet, I jump right on the money. To be fair, he had plenty of time to get out. So I decide, let's try and extort this person, let's try and make something fun out of it. So I open up the conversation and I let him know, let's negotiate, let's strike a deal. You give me something and I let you go. But of course, this interaction can go both ways, and some people are not always receptive. But it wasn't to be this time. So now the interesting tidbit here is that although he didn't want to pay the ransom, the 20 million I offered him, he instead lost 130 million or more, I think it was more, and he lost the ship. In any case, I should say that we had a very pleasant conversation afterwards. And he's an awesome guy. And just remember, guys, shooting at people is the best way to make friends in EvE Online and get recruited, just so you know.
Warp drive active.
Now you might notice I'm using a warp scrambler and a warp disruptor. That's first because I'm cheap and I don't want to get the faction module, which costs 150 million or more, but also because most of the time salvagers have that warp core stabilizer module, so they can warp off, and that's why I carry two. Now I didn't exactly negotiate with this person. I don't always go for the piracy route, but I do keep an eye on local just in case they want to communicate, and sometimes my reactions are fast enough to stop firing if I feel there is a better use of my time. And what I mean by better use of my time is I'd rather talk to people or to the victims, because that interaction might prove much more interesting than fighting them and getting a kill mark. And I do have many examples where this is the case.
Active.
I believe there's a lot of money in Pochven, and that breeds competition. I like garbage as much as anyone, and I often as well have collected garbage in Pochven, and I want all the garbage for myself. Now when other people come in and try to steal my garbage, I started trying to hunt them, and I found some very effective ways in which I can intercept targets, in which I can grapple targets that want to actively escape. That's why you also see me in my slashers use two warp scrambler and a warp disruptor. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to counter their tactics of running away. Not everyone can run away, but I don't know that. So what I'm expecting is that everyone will either learn to escape me, not be in my garbage, or fight me. Some do, some fight back, and that's even more interesting. Anyway, EvE is a really unique social experiment where the hunters become hunted and the prey becomes hunters. I don't know. I've noticed behavior of people changing based on my actions. While I am seeing the same people over and over again doing the same mistakes, I'm also seeing others that are actively adapting. And this makes a very interesting dynamic. I'm also adapting because I am trying to hunt bigger and bigger targets, sometimes unsuccessfully, sometimes not very successfully, but there is a flow, a motion here in Pochven that people are playing characters in their own play. And my play here is to be the bad guy and to force people into changing, to make them want to fight back. My murder spree is probably going to continue. I've already seen people adapt. I've already seen people become more aware, use better fits, or defend themselves when faced with my very deliberate hunts. I am becoming an antagonist to the salvagers of Pochven, and I find that a very necessary role to play. It builds character, not only for me, but for others as well. So, I hope you join me next time as well. I already have another episode lined up, and it showcases some other unique reactions to my to my bullying, and some people that finally are striking back. See you next time.